My name is Francis.
Yeah, thank you very much, Francis. Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is that these agencies are being encouraged by those who are in power. Because if you go to the several subcommittees who are supposed to be monitoring these people, they don't do that as when they are supposed to, because they are all engaged and involved in these corrupt practices. That is why the Accountant General can release such a report indicting this high number of agencies for not submitting their audited report for several years. So I think it's as a result of both the subcommittees at the National Assembly level and also the accomplices at the Auditor General's office and all these other offices who are helping and making it possible for all these agencies to go ahead with such corrupt practices. That is my view.
This is James from Asokoro.
Thank you so much, Jones.
Yes, it's a very interesting conversation you are discussing. The fact that some monies have been audited and the Accountant General has audited his report and some monies not being remitted. The question is that what happens to that kind of report? Because this is the first time we have a situation where reports are being released. Who are those following up on those reports? And then what will be the outcome for Nigerians that are waiting for due diligence to be done in carrying out those reports? So I don't know, is there a way that we begin to press on those agencies responsible to ensure that people actually get good feedback and the reports are not just being swept under the carpet? So
that's what we're trying to do here. It's part of our job to put the pressure on everyone. But the Public Accounts Committee is supposed to do a job. I agree with you. The police, the EFCC. But what do you think what do you think citizens can do?
I think the citizens should also be interested in knowing what happens, and they should also ensure that, of course, they put the pressure on all of the agencies to monitor them. And if they also have reports that also could be indicting, they should also submit the reports to the agencies themselves, like the EFCC and the security agencies. And like you always say, citizens have a role to play, and they should not be found lacking behind.
My name is Greg.
Thank you so much, Greg. Go ahead.
All right. Now, my question is, when you come up with when you came up and told us about all of these revelations as they have to do with the Auditor General's office and lots of MDs not submitting their reports, there's a question that comes to mind. I think I should ask you because you have wealth of experience. Is it that all of these things were set up so that the country will not work at all? That's really what's on my mind. Was it that it was set up for the country not to work because you set up an office and you did not empower the office enough to be able to take action when people default?
How do we make them to work?
It's a very sad one, honestly. It's a very, very sad one.
My name is Joyce. I'm calling from Karu.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm wondering why a lot of these MDs have not been sanctioned. I'm wondering why government seems to keep quiet about a lot of things. Just recently, I was reading about money that FCTA disbursed last year, 197 for projects that were to be done in communities in about 24 communities or thereabouts. And a lot of these monies are not accounted for. So it's really a sad situation that corruption is really not dealt with in Nigeria. We take a lot of things for granted in Nigeria, and people are suffering for it, especially in this COVID period. A lot of people, imagine people being laid off jobs, imagine people being suffering for money, imagine people not getting enough to eat, talking about even people, the regular person you see on the street. A lot is just happening in this country, and it's so disheartening that we cannot get as much as we need to get, that we cannot even trust our government, that even the COVID funds, we don't even know what is happening. Nobody is giving us accounts. Nobody is telling us this is what has been spent as much as we need to. The information is not even out there. So it's really disheartening. It's really heartbreaking that.
What do you think? What do you think we should do? What should citizens do?
I think citizens should really begin to come out and call for accountability. We need to really ask what is going on.